Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is an SU-5, it's a Tier 4 Soviet SPG. It's located on the north spawn of Lakeville and it's under the command of UKSkaface. Well, this little arty is based on the T26 Soviet light tank, which is also based on the Vickers Mark E tank, the British tank, which the Soviets bought from Britain. And, well, this version is armed with a 152mm mortar. And that's really when it comes powerful. They only built one version with the 152mm. They built them in Leningrad at the Kirov factory. And they took part in the siege of Leningrad. They were issued to the German armed forces during the 30s. Now, only 30, I believe, were actually built in total. But they do provide fairly good artillery support. But it's fairly short range. As you can notice, the view range on the map is not that far. So, as you can see, UKSkaface is taking it off to a position slightly off the normal and hiding behind the bushes. And from here, he can actually get shots on the enemy in the centre, along the valley, and at the far back if they happen to be supporting. Now, it's a Tier 5 game. He's Tier 4 Arty, so he does stand a chance of earning extra hit points. He fires a round in, gets a direct hit on the T28 for 138. Now, this Arty does produce stun because it's got the 152mm, and it's also got a fairly quick reload as well. Okay, he's fired another shot in and kills the T28. It's a very popular Arty when you're starting out on this game because it's got such a fast reload but it's such a heavy hitting punch. It's also a bit of a he's taking out the T40. It's also very good at making Faden's metal. In fact, you can call this little Arty the Faden's metal machine because it's so easy to run out of shells. You only get 12 rounds of 152mm, and that means that if you lose count and you get to your last round and there's the last enemy there and you take them out, you get a Faden's medal. Well, he fired that one as a bit of a snapshot at the looks as he was pulling back, but that DW2, he's hiding behind the rock and he is vulnerable there. Might be able to loop a shell over that rock into him. The looks, well, he's hiding behind that rock there, but he keeps moving about and that shell's going to be wasted. Yep. You need to be careful with your ammo usage with this Arty because you don't get that many shells, but you've got an awful lot of targets to take out. More targets than you've got shells to play with. Well, he fires his first round in at the M8A1, gets a direct hit for 198, and the M8A1's killed. That Hetzer looked like he was about to climb up that rock for a second. Still waiting for the DW2 to come around the corner. There he is. Okay, we're loaded, rounds out. This should be a hit. It is. Excuse me, 131 hit points. You can see where the shell exploded right on the front. It's given the driver a new viewport. Loaded, rounds out. Another direct hit kills the DW2. That's the third kill. The team's doing quite well. There are 5 tanks up on the enemy, but there are still 6 enemy tanks out there. Now, this is where the short range of the SU-5 can be a bit of a problem, bit of a drawback. Shooting at enemy at long range, well, the reticule's flattened, and that's because he's close to maximum range. He just needs that looks to come into view so he can shoot at him. There's, I think it's about a 1 or 2 seconds delay at that distance. Oh, he might be able to get a shot at that BDR if he moves a little further north. Yeah, he's going to have to do that. He might as well. There's no enemy in sight. Okay, the looks has managed to kill the enemy that are actually in the valley, other than the Stug 4. So it was a good job that UKSkaface stayed behind cover. But the enemy are now being squeezed into that corner, so he could get a shot at the BDR. He's only got 4 rounds left though, that's the problem. 6 enemies, 4 rounds. And he's saying, you shall not pass. Yes. Ils ne passeront pas. They shall not pass. That's a famous French saying, though. Oh, well, he's decided to move up. He's going to move up. Okay, now he can't shoot at them because he's got a red line. You notice the red line? Yep, unfortunately there's some obstruction in the way, and I think it's the mountain. He's just too close. And the shell can't fly over. He can shoot there, but if he tries to shoot at the BDR where they are right now, he can't get a shot. He's going to try and have a go at that. Looks. Again, no shot there, but he might be able to hit him if he comes around the corner. If he stays there, yes. Well, he fired 1 round in. Try and help the Stug. The enemy's just lost an M10, so they're down to 5 now. He's focusing on this Lux, because the Stug 4 just took a massive hit from somebody from the enemy Arty, I think. And it looks like the Lux is going to try and creep up on him from behind. Oh, there he is. He's gone up over the top and he just took out the Stug. Now, which way is that Lux going? Is he coming this way? Yes, he is. And so, UKSkaface has decided to move and get into cover. It's not a very fast tank, but then the A26, or the T26 rather I should say, wasn't a very fast stoner vehicle. You can see that basically the T26 was the Soviet version of the Vickers tank, and they just lopped off the turret for the Arty version. And because they wanted to put the Arty at the back, that meant the engine went into the middle, and that's why the exhaust is coming out where it is. And of course the driver was up front, and that's where you can see that viewport on the left hand side of the vehicle. M10's coming in to try and protect the cap. It's now 5 versus 4. They managed to get another kill. The Lux went looking for him and didn't find him, but he's about to find the M10. There's the BDR. Okay, so he's going to stay here and shoot from here. Dialing in on the BDR. Rounds out. Good hit. Solid hit. 150 hit points. T40 will be happy with that. One good shot there. Oh, we lost him. But the BDR's just been killed by our SU-5. So that's taken down another of the enemy. But now it's 4 versus 3. Well, there's one of the enemy, the M37. We've only got 1 round left though, so we need to make it count. If the M37 stops, it's probably because he's aiming. He's marked the spot where he thinks he is. I think he's actually slightly further away, but SU-85's moving up, so I'd wait until the SU-85 spots him. Don't try to blind fire him. Just wait. If you see the tracer, you'll know he's shot, and then you can shoot him. No, I think he's a little further back in that dip. There's a dip in the ground there. That dip in the ground is where an Arty would sight himself to get maximum cover. He's also trying to use the bush mechanic. The other guys don't want to move up, so I think that UKSkaface is going to do the honours, and he's going to try and spot. Or is he? No, he's not. He's decided just to get a little bit closer. The M10's coming down. Hope he doesn't push us over the edge. Okay, he's gonna spot. He's somewhere just around about there, I think. Just where the dip in the ground is. M10 can't see him either. The M10's being very cautious because there's an SU-40 on the enemy team. And that's quite a deadly French tank destroyer. He doesn't want to get shot by that guy. Oh, and he just got hit by the Looks who came back. And we've got no shot on the Looks. And someone's capping at the other end. I suspect that it may be the SAU-40. Okay, they stopped capping, whoever they were. And that would tend to indicate they're on their way. If they're smart, they'll come around the lake road, anticipating people are coming towards the gap. If they're very sneaky, they might try to go back into the valley again. Okay, it started capping again. It's very difficult to get shotguns with this tank, but I have done it myself, and I've taken out some tanks at very close range with a shotgun. There he is. Okay, spotted. He didn't see, well, he did see us, but he can't do anything about him, and he's been killed. And it was the T82 HMC, the other Arty on our team, who got the kill. There's still somebody in the cap though. Somebody's in there. So we're going to have another look. Probably the Looks or the M37. It's the Looks. He did see us. But we're now going to shot or aim shotgun at him. No, we're going to aim shot. If he decides to come into the cap. Yeah, it's a bit difficult there because there's a ridge line. That also makes it difficult for him to see us. Trouble is, if you go into the cap and proximity spot him, he'll just pop round the corner and plant some rounds into you, and that's the end of the game for you. SU-85 is trying to get a better position to see him from an angle. T82 is going round to the other side to try and get to the enemy end. Unfortunately, there's not enough time for him to cap all on his own. And you can see the Looks is there. He just fired at and damaged the SU-85B. He got some rounds in. Can we get a shot into him? No, not from here. It's not easy. That's the last minute hooter. We were spotted. Proxy spotted. Well, unfortunately, we lost the T82 HMC because he got killed by the M37. He must have met the guy who was sitting there in ambush, and so he's coming round this way from through the city. We can see the looks, but we just can't get a shot on him at the moment. Oh, yes, no, that's what I was worried about. He can see the top of our vehicle, and he planted a couple of rounds into us. And that's the SU-85B just being taken out by the M37, and the clock's run out, and it's a draw. Very close to being a loss. Let's have a look at the end of battle stats. Well, it was an ace tanker for UKSkaface in the SU-5, but it was a draw, and he did manage to get his first ace tanker in that game. Because it's got the scrolls underneath. He got a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. He also picked up a Starks medal because he managed to get at least 2 kills, took at least 2 shots from the enemy, lost 2/3 of his hit points, and was still alive at the end of the battle. And the win rate for that game was 3691, which is Super Unicum standard. So let's have a look at team score. Well, if you look at the chart, you can see that the T40 did the most damage. He got the high caliber with 1,212 hit points of damage. Then came UKSkaface with his Starks medal on 1,150 hit points. And after that, it was the 60G FT on the enemy team with 1,114. When it came to kills, it was UKSkaface with 3 kills. Or was it? No, it was the Lux and the BDR on the enemy team. Both got 4 kills apiece. The M37 managed to get 3, and so did UKSkaface. And when it came to base XP, it was the Lux who did the best with 521 base experience points, 442 to UKSkaface, and 390 to that T40. He fired 11 shots. 7 direct hits, 2 penetrations, 6 splash, damage of 1,150 hit points, all of it at more than 300 meters, received 4 hits from the enemy, for all 4 were penetrations, and he damaged 6 of the enemy, killed 3, did 182 hit points of damage assistance, and 67 hit points of stun assist off 1 stun. On a premium count, he earned 22,083 credits, got 4,139 for courageous resistance. That's getting the Starks medal in a losing or a draw game. And his total, 26,222. After ammunition resupply and repair, he took away 21,966 credits. He received 3 bonds for getting a Starks medal, 663 XP, 432 for courageous resistance, took away 1,095 experience points altogether. So, incredible battle for a draw really, because it nearly ended up as a loss after the M37 took out the T82 and also the SU-85. If he'd actually had time to rearm, I think he might have been able to put a shot on UKSkaface as well, and I was worried that the Lux might just decide to drive down to the camp and shoot him at close range and take the battle, but luckily he managed to pull back in time and survive the game. So if you enjoyed that replay, please give this video a like and do subscribe to our channel, hit that notification button, and thank you for watching.